Looks like we're live now. It looks like we're back live. We had a bit of a break in transmission. I don't know what happened there. It's just a technical glitch, and we're back live. Yes, we were talking about the aftermath of the match between Marseille and Spurs, and how frustrating it was for everybody who is a Spurs fan, and the fact that we just couldn't seem to have gotten ourselves going throughout the match, and it was more than a bit frustrating. That's the word I was looking for. More than a bit frustrating. Ben, you had a few things to few words to say about that, and so did Chuma. But let's start with you, Ben. Ben, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Right. So
Oh,
let's start with you.
I,
What did
I,
you think
I couldn't hear you now. You broke up for a bit. Now you're back. Okay, you're back now.
Right. Okay. Yes. I was asking how you felt the whole thing went. Considering that we didn't start the match properly. We started almost like on the back foot.
It's the thing about it is like I was saying before we broke off was everybody understands why. Without wanting to say anything, Kulusevski is our most creative player in the front three, and that counter-attacking football we play works very well with Kulusevski. And I was one of those clamoring for Conte to go to a 3-5-2 because I felt it would be better against certain sides. But 3-4, I think there's a reason he loves playing that 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1, however you want to put it out there. There's a reason he likes playing that because that's more expansive. That's the only way his football can be more expansive. And seeing the lineup, you and I both did the show today, earlier on today, and we both said Lucas would play. And but it was just the fact that nothing, it was literally nothing was moving. They couldn't even hold on to the ball, which has been my huge problem in these last couple of weeks. Was even like the first couple of games we had at the start of the season, we could hold on to the ball. Yes, the other teams played, but we had the ball as well. But it's like increasingly like first half, we just don't know what to do with the football. And then the second half was completely different. Front foot pressing, led by Bentancur and Hoiberg. They were all over the pitch, pressing these Marseille guys, getting the ball off them. Bentancur got into the box several times, trying to cross, trying to. I was like, this is what you should have been doing in the first half, and then you wouldn't have to chase the game. But in saying that, you can only come out to say what, like the mindset Spurs players have. If they get this thing right, what a team they will have, or what a force they will be if they can get whatever it is to work out. Because their mindset is that they're not going to lose. Second half will come back and will dent you, and it's forging something. But it would be so nice if we could do it consistently for 90 minutes and not just go behind and then become more free when you go behind. I don't understand that, but I'm happy for the win. I'm so delighted for the
Right. So I mean, it was all doom and gloom at some point during the match when we were one goal down. A bit of a disaster in the first half. We lost Son to injury, and I thought, oh my goodness, okay, another one of the front three gone. How do we re-energize and reboot? So he brought on Bissouma to replace him and sort of change the formation a little bit. It went 3-5-2, and that seemed not to have worked at all. At least in the first half. So what happened, Ben? I'm thinking to myself, where do we go from here? We had this little cameo of when we had to build up a little bit of momentum, but they were just all over us in that first half. We just could not seem to be able to string two passes together consistently out of the box. We had, Glenn Hoddle, who was commentating on BT Sports, said something along the lines of, we have to be brave. We have to get hold of the ball because every time the ball went out, it came straight back at us. They seemed to be all over us like a rush. And okay, I was saying that okay, they had plenty of of the play, but I still maintain that okay, Lloris had a few saves to make, However, the goal came from a corner, which was not meant to be a corner. I mean, I thought the ball was just went out and it didn't hit us here. But I mean, hey, they got a fortuitous corner, and no one was marking Bemba, and he's come to give a thumping header in. I mean, that was oh gosh, it seemed to be a heartbreak. I thought to myself, here we go again. They're joining us. Apologies for the technical hitch earlier on. We had a few challenges, but I think they've been resolved now. This is Common Use Spurs TV. Like, comment, and share this, and yeah, and subscribe to the channel. And yes, we very much look forward to seeing you. Marseille 1, Tottenham 2. Now, at that point in the first half, who would have thought that we would have had a second half turnaround the way we did in this match? It's becoming a pattern now, isn't it, Chuma?
No, it is. First of all, let me just come out and say that even though I turned into one of the naysayers, that scoreline was mine, and you recognize that I said that earlier
Absolutely.
on.
I mean, yes. I mean, we did have this afternoon. We had this.
I did say 2-1,
Yeah.
but I'll be honest with you, that first half I didn't see that 2-1 coming, and yeah, it's becoming a pattern, and it's not a welcome one. But you know what? Like, I would like to say that I think this is the turning point for me as a fan. I think today is because today I completely gave up after that first half. I was like, I'm done. I'm even done with Conte. I'm done with I'm tired. I was like, I'm so tired. And then all of a sudden I started seeing these guys moving, and I could see the intent. And I was like, okay, if these guys can pull this off and draw this match, I wasn't even expecting a win. Just to draw, I was happy to take the draw. I was in and out of the game going, just hold on, hold on. Once we won this game in the last minute, I'm hopeful. I'm now completely hopeful, and I also think that because of the fact that we lost Richarlison and we lost Kulusevski, I now believe that the the impetus is going to be on buying two more creatives in January, and they'll bring the money. Wherever the money will come out from is going to come out from. We're going to pick up two creative players in January because you've seen what happened. That we had two guys that gone, and the whole thing, the whole structure changed. Imagine now Son going down. They can't afford to do this again. So I think now the money is going to go out. Are we going to get another central midfield player or attacking midfield player? You know, I would throw the money at someone like Madison. If we had someone like Madison in our team, it would be amazing. So I'm looking at them going out and saying, look, we need creativity. This thing can work if we have creative players. He needs guys that can stop goals and then guys who can just go forward and kill people. No need to pass it and be fancy in midfield. Just kill, stop, kill, stop, kill. But we can stop, but there's nothing else. As soon as we stop, we give it back to them. They keep coming back at us. We don't have anything to hold and create up front. So I think that's what's going to happen next. And yeah, this game I think is the turning point. If they're going to award him a new contract, you get a new contract and you get huge amount transfer fee wise in January again to do another Kulusevski Bentancur.
Hmm. Right. So it's become a pattern. We came from 2 goals down against Bournemouth, and turned it around. And this time around, we came back from a goal down, and I mean a crucial match. But for me, I mean, some people will say that they showed a lot of character coming back this type of match in that atmosphere. You know, that stadium was like a real
Oh,
cauldron. You know, I mean, it was so difficult to play that match with all the noise. You know, but they
yeah.
just kept their head. And second half that came, it was a totally different performance. It was like a different team playing them, and they just couldn't get. I mean, they couldn't get anything going. We just were all over them like a rush. And I'm thinking to myself, why can't we play like this every week? As in, from the start of the match to the end. But then again, someone said to me, "Look, there are two teams in the match, aren't there? Right? And they haven't come there to come and use the Nigerian expression. They haven't come to come and sell granuts. you know, they've come
That's
to
fair.
play as well, and they're playing at home. So you expect that they'll come on with a front foot attitude as well. So I mean, we just had to either soak up the pressure and keep them quiet. And in those first 20 minutes, I mean, of most matches, most coaches will tell you, go out there and try and keep them quiet. You know, either by containing them or you going out and attacking them. But in this case, we just couldn't get out of the half. So out of our half, so we had to contain them. And contain we tried to do for the best part of first half, and then injury struck. We had lost Son to an unfortunate collision with one of the defenders' shoulders. We don't know what do you know what update is on Son's injury? Is it serious? Is it?
I saw him posing with them at the end. He didn't look. He still looked groggy. It was they had the whole thing in the dressing. He still looked groggy, but it's a slight concussion from what I'm reading online. But it's not serious.
Right.
See how it goes.
So that's not such great news. I mean, if you're watching us from wherever you're watching, leave your comments. Tell us if you have an update on Son's injury. Let's know. We'll try and find out before the stream ends. But however, second half, Bentancur was like amazingly superb. I mean, that guy is two players in one. I mean, he was breaking up play, linking up play, and Højbjerg too was doing absolute wonders in that midfield. And for some reason, it seems as if Bissouma just also came into his own as well. And in that second
Yeah,
half,
yeah,
so it was really good performance in that
yeah,
half.
yeah, yeah.
We had a few opportunities other than the goal that was scored. I mean, Longley. I mean, I was happy that Longley scored that goal because, I mean, great header, and I love the way that he shoved the defender that was next to him.
Shove the defender out the way first and then
Hey,
jump for it.
now, however,
Awesome.
I thought to myself, that in some referees will actually have given a foul.
Exactly. I said the same. I literally said the same thing. That,
you know,
are they going to hold this back? Or are they going to? Yeah,
yeah, some
exactly.
referees will have given a foul in that sort of situation. But I'm glad that decision went our way in that situation. So yeah, I mean, good comeback, and then Højbjerg came and struck the bar. I mean, how about that? That was absolutely amazing.
That was wonderful skill by Bentancur
Yeah,
to cross the ball, and Lucas just touched it. It was perfect. That was a perfect goal if
that
he
was
had got
perfect.
it.
That would have been a fantastic goal.
Perfect goal.
Brought the roof down if that was at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We'll welcome your comments. Please join us if you're joining us for the first time. Yeah, I mean, please, we look forward to hearing from you. Yes. This is Common Use Spurs TV. Leave your comments, subscribe, and share this with those members of your family or colleagues that you think will benefit from this. Ben, you didn't look happy that first half. Were you part of the naysayers, or you just
No.
you
He was actually he had faith. He had faith throughout. I saw his comments. He had faith.
Yeah, well done. Well done. You remember well. Yes, I think I mentioned it before, but I was secure in the fact that I'd seen them play the second half a different way from the first half. So I thought, okay, they've done it again, but they're gonna come out. They can't come out playing any worse than they did in the first half. There's, there's got to be something in them to bring them out in the second half. And boy, the first thing he did was what was the first change he made? Was it to bring on
Emerson.
Emerson Royal? He brought on Emerson
I'm missing
for
right.
this
Yeah,
guy.
he
And I
took
thought,
off
Now,
Seth. Yeah.
now
yeah,
I wasn't reading. I wasn't sorry, guys. I wasn't reading the comments on the forum, right? But when Emerson came on, I thought to myself, that forum is going to explode. People are going to say, "Why Emerson? Why Emerson?"
No, because it was the right thing to do. Because we said it earlier on today. He needed a right-sided player. Sorry, Ben. Please continue. But yeah, it was the right thing to do, bringing on Emerson.
yeah, I
But
thought
I
so.
agree. I was just saying that. I mean, I was just thinking to myself, what the reaction would have been like on the Spurs forum, knowing what people.
So long as Sanchez isn't playing, it's when he and Sanchez are together that once I told
Yeah,
you once Lucas and him are there, I have no problems. Lucas and him are good. It's Sanchez and him,
yeah,
that combination.
yeah,
And Emerson came on and
yeah.
did wonders. I mean, I thought he did really well. He did really well. He
Well
played.
done.
Sorry.
Well done. Yeah, so well done for noticing that. So once Emerson came on, it changed. He was the spark that Tottenham needed.
Who would have thought
get-
that you would have
was-
said that thing, Emerson coming on and being a spark in the match in the same sentence?
I know,
I,
but he
I,
but,
who would
but he
have
was,
thought that?
but he was. He was the spark.
Well,
But one thing,
I 100% agree because I'm just saying that
yeah,
considering how much stick Emerson gets, I thought he came on today and he did absolutely fantastic. Forward runs,
look,
he was having nutmeg,
yeah,
he was stopping play, and it was absolutely superb. And
it was,
I mean, I was
and
happy for him with the performance.
yeah. If you notice the um between the last match when Tottenham played, they had Sanchez,
Yep.
on the left hand side, and I was fixated on him during the match because I wanted to just see how Sanchez plays. So I ignored watching anywhere else and was just watching him and seeing what he was doing. And every time he got the ball, he was going backwards. And you see what happened was that in the second half, when they put Dyer in for him, Dyer was taking the ball forward. Everyone was going forward. And I noticed the football was flowing forward. I noticed, I thought, my goodness. And then when they plonked Sessegnon down there as well, he was moving even more. And I think that's what made Conte put Cess back on that wing. Yeah, back on. They put him on the right at first, thinking he wanted to replicate what happened in the other match, but he didn't have the right mix. I think he didn't. But look, what I'm saying is that the second half, when the spark was lit, and Bentancur was one hell of a player, together with Højbjerg. I just couldn't believe it. So yeah, the first goal went in, header, and then the second goal went in. I just screamed. It was like, yep, here we go, Champions League, here we go.
Honestly, I mean, I just literally screamed this whole place down when that second goal went in. However, before that, I mean, we had this unfortunate incident where Bentancur pulled up and he had a hamstring injury
with his leg. Yeah.
Yes, some said perhaps it was just a bit of game
and Højbjerg as well before he scored as well.
To sort of gamesmanship to sort of hold up the game and slow things down and just sort of back again.
It's only Liverpool. It's only Liverpool. Come on.
The crazy thing is that look, we have they always say we were too nice. We don't do the dark arts. There's one time somebody slightly shoved Emerson. And I saw it went down like a pack of potatoes. I thought to myself,
the red card is a red card, that is a red card.
Cynicism, But well, I thought those are the sort of things that you sort of want to see in a even though it's not really that great, But hey, you want a bit of toughness and a bit of badness, if you like. Just sort of get, wind up the other side a little bit, frustrate them.
Mm-hmm.
We're right. I think the second half, our midfield was just too. Like you mentioned Bissouma. I don't think a lot of people really observed what Bissouma did tonight, but I think Bissouma was really, really good because he just took his lead from Højbjerg and Bentancur. He saw these two guys pressing on either side of him. He was like, the least I can do is get that ball, get that ball. Someone made a comment on the thing saying, he can't pass more than 5 meters or something like that. Why is he always passing so short?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, no, because he's trying to keep it and force them in. And their midfield was non-existent in that second half.
Yeah.
All they were trying to do was send it to Guendouzi on the right and then Hamrit. They were replicating our kind of thing where they bypass their midfield just to get it to their front guys. And when they now tried that at the end of the game, I think it was Longley that stuck his leg out to get that ball before it got to Kane. I'm not sure, but I think it's Longley that made that block. And Kane got that ball, and you just saw him going through, and you just said,
and it was like the red pattern,
it was just and their coach Igor Tudor was on the pitch. He was losing his mind. He could see the goal coming. Igor Tudor stood up like, can't you see the guy who's wide? Can't you see? And then Højbjerg's off.
I saw that Højbjerg finish was a striker's classic finish.
That is a guy who, like, in your mind you're saying to yourself, why doesn't he do this all the time? But if you look carefully, he's actually taken some very good long range shots in the last year,
I mean, the
12
one that he
months.
crashed against the bar, against the bar, you know, from
Yeah.
the pass from Emerson, I'm sorry, from Lucas, and I mean, in middle of the second half, well, we could have gone 2-1 up at that time. That was
We're going
an
2-1 up,
absolute
2-1 up at that time. And then Emerson's cross that Paul Lopez fumbled, and Kane couldn't sort his feet out. If not, that was been the easiest goal of the game for
that
him.
was quite
You know. So
yeah. So
that you're looking at, and these are the things that happen to Spurs in every single game. If we go back and watch the matches without any emotion, you always see that there are little things that could have made us go like 3-4 goals ahead or something.
absolutely,
But it's just taking those chances. And yeah,
yeah. So I mean, it was
Yeah,
all in all a good match. I mean, I thought, I mean, we did the business, and the crazy thing about it was that before the match, I mean, any of those four teams were qualified. During the match, we had four different people qualifying at different points in time. At one point, we weren't going to
yeah,
qualify, maybe qualify for Europa League, you know, when Sporting were leading, and
yeah.
I think it was third or so, and we had
So we know we were, yeah. Sporting were leading. When we went down, we were third,
yes,
and then
and then
we
Marseille
equalized and came back to
were
second.
top, yes, Marseille were top at the time, you know, and suddenly we equalized. We came back to second. Frankfurt went ahead. They went top, and suddenly Marseille was staring down the barrel, you know. But
and
but
Marseille don't finish for Europe. Oh. Chai, I feel sorry for
can
them.
you imagine? And
Their journey is
Arsenal,
over.
Arsenal,
Over.
Arsenal. I call them Arsenal French campus.
I know, right? I
French
mean, they had a
campus
lot
from
of
Arsenal.
Arsenal players on the team. Kolasinac,
Yeah,
uh,
and then Kolasinac. Like,
yeah,
if there was ever a game changing moment, was
I
that him?
know, right? I saw that. I thought to
Because
myself,
everybody's heart was in their mouth. Like, oh
there is a good
God,
God somewhere, you know. There is a good God
oh,
somewhere because I would never have
God,
heard,
God wears a
I never
Spurs.
would have heard,
God
you
wears
know,
a Spurs jersey.
would never have heard the
He
end of it
does.
if Kolasinac has scored that goal, you know. But
Of
thankfully,
all players as well, the most maligned ex-Arsenal player probably in the last couple of years, apart from Xhaka, let's say, is Kolasinac. Kolasinac is derided by their fan base, and for him to have come in and done that to us, it would have been, oh my
it
goodness,
would have been
I would
horrible,
never for the
horrible.
next three
And
months
I don't get that.
till
What's
after that
happening
World Cup.
in that team where you got Dimitri Payet, who is a super player in my view,
I told you.
and he couldn't come on. I mean, in a match of this crucial nature, you didn't bring him on. I was like, what are they thinking?
Igor Tudor used him to make a point. Igor Tudor is in the Mourinho school and all that, where you get a player who controls the team. Payet is the most influential player. You once he disrespects you a bit, you cut him down, and then the fact that Marseille were winning without Payet sort of justified dropping him, and he's not going to play him again. And for me, I think that was what cost them. If Payet had played this match, I think it might have been a different thing. I don't know. I just feel he's more creative than those two guys who were behind Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he had a snapshot in the first half that Lloris managed to get his hands on, which for me was a good stop. And yeah, apart from that, I didn't think they created that many opportunities. Now, we have on Saturday, is it Saturday or Sunday when we have Liverpool?
I think it's Sunday.
Is it Sunday? Okay, right. So at the weekend, we have Liverpool at home. And we want to look to extend their losing run to 3 straight matches in the league. I mean, who would have thought that's a possibility? Or you'd have Dr. Tottenham curing all that disease. I mean, we won't go into that too much now, but I mean, it's something that we can look forward to with a bit of relaxation as opposed to trepidation, if you like, because we seem to be capable of pulling off surprises and this is the 5th time in 11 matches that we've come from behind and won games, you know. So yeah, we drew 2 in between and lost 2. So it has been reasonably good performance so far, you know. However, what do you reckon? What do you think made that second half change the way it did. I mean, it was, from my perspective, it was inexplicable. What did we do different?
Midfield. Midfield went for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Went for it.
So why didn't they go for it in the first half though, and not go for it in the
You,
second half?
yeah, you said what we said earlier on, which is the thing I said the last time about. I wrote it on the group once, and someone challenged my point, which is Alex Ferguson had this thing of scoring in the first 20 minutes. The home side always, first 20 minutes, they're looking to inflict as much damage and take your heart.
Yeah.
So if you can hold out for the first 20 minutes, but when it becomes a sort of mindset of holding out, holding out, holding out, becomes a problem. If Spurs don't attack, I've seen a pattern. If Spurs don't attack in the first 5 to 10 minutes and score, they start to drop backwards,
Mm.
allowing the opposition come onto them. And it happened again. And Marseille, but like you said, the owners of Marseille, they had to win, and so they just refused to let us have the ball. And our guys were not chasing them up, saying, "Okay, keep the ball, but you can't hurt us." The second half, we're like, who cares? We're going to come for you now. And they pushed up.
It,
Longley said they had, I was watching his interview when he presented a Man of the Match award to Lloris. And he said, we had a discussion at halftime. In my mind, I said, there will be a few fights or slaps in that tunnel, in that dressing room to say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you need to harass these guys more. And I feel they had words with each other and said, you know what, let's go for it.
I think
See Conte's celebration at the end of the game, though. I think that was priceless. To see the man literally celebrating like he'd won a cup. I
honestly,
was
I mean
happy to.
that for me is indicative of the winning. Winning mentality of Mr. Conte. He doesn't like losing, and he celebrates every win like he's just won a title or won a cup. And I think overall, I think the team is becoming stronger. It's becoming a lot more purposeful. Of course, the areas that we can improve on in terms of starting well and not falling back and lying back in defense. But I think he does it for a reason. And for me, at least from his perspective, make it difficult for us to beat. Then it's much easier for us to win. If you can't beat us, at least we can beat you. So
Just got sorry to cut you. So you just got someone put on the group Klaus that the first reports are suggesting that Son's injury is an orbital fracture,
yeah.
and that's months out. Yet he's going to the World Cup, so I don't think it's going to be months out.
Oh, wow, that's so sad.
I'm guessing facial mask. I'm guessing facial mask because there's no way he's not playing for South Korea in that World Cup.
Wow,
No way, no
wow.
chance.
He's like
Yes,
the
orbital fracture.
main star. That's the Messi. Anyway, we hope and we wish him best recovery. And I hope he's back, get well soon, Sonny. Ben, what's going on today? Are we gonna? What are we gonna do? Are we gonna celebrate? Are we gonna, just paint the town red? We qualified for the second stage in the Champions League. Despite what the naysayers on the forum keep saying and keep telling us that, look, we're not that good and they're giving us heart attack and we're just making our life a misery. I don't subscribe to those views, but as you know, I think I'm the eternal optimist, if you like.
Well, the thing is that I don't know how much each team gets paid per match in Champions League, but we've had 6 big ones. Okay, that's 6 big ones more than what other people have got. They're not playing Champions League, and this is where the big money is, and that big money is going to help us in January. Just watch and see.
Absolutely.
So for me, no, it was a well-deserved win. We didn't do well in the beginning, but what matters is the points. Simple as it's the points. They were playing so badly and still getting through is, for me, is something that's really brilliant, because we could have been playing this way and been losing. Just have 3 points. Imagine being in that state. So for me, now, mate, it's a good feeling. It's a good thing that we keep on going, and one day it's going to click. that's how they say. Look at Arsenal last season. They dragged their manager all over the shop. Man, they ate him live. They questioned his parentage, all sorts of things. You know, his
Yeah.
name was mud. I have two brothers and sister who support him, and I had an earful all last season. And who would have foretold that this season Arsenal will be top of the league and be running away with it? I mean, it's scary. It is scary. But if that's what they've got, then that's what they got because they've come a long way. 3 years with Arteta, you know, and then they want Spurs to walk on water. We had Conte for 9 months.
3 years, 3 years and six transfer windows,
There you go.
close to 300 million in transfer fees.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I'm happy with the trajectory. I mean, who wouldn't be? We got a world class manager, and playing Champions League means we got a bit more money, you
Mhm.
know, and
It's great for us to be in this position. I mean, gives us at least that breathing space. Come back in after the World Cup, and
and because we're still in the Champions League, we can attract better players.
This is
Like
it.
if you're looking for somebody in January and you're telling them, well, one of the perks is you're playing Champions League football.
Absolutely.
My money is still on that Russian guy that plays for Atalanta, but I don't know if he's cup tight. Malinowski. I
Malinowski.
want Malinowski. I want him to come to Spurs. I
Hmm.
really do.
We'll
I don't know
see.
if he's cup tight now, but yeah, but just getting that different caliber kinds of players, you know, that tell them you have Champions League football, and but definitely I was watching something earlier on Sky where there's a Tottenham correspondent for Sky, and the guy said, "Look, if you look at where we've come from in a year, like
Hmm.
this is the 1 year anniversary. Literally today was a 1 year anniversary of Nuno losing his job,
Wow.
and so how far we've come." And he says at the end of the season he expects nothing less than Tottenham to be in the top four and a domestic cup. And I looked at it and I said, you know, that's in my opinion, I think that's kind of feasible. There are two cups. There are two cups in the country that are up. There's
Yeah.
Champions League there, you know, and the league we get top four, and it doesn't matter what Arsenal do. I really don't care what they do. You know, they're doing what they're doing. Fair dues to them, but I don't really care. I care about my team. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure having you. Great match, great outcome. Plenty of nails bitten and fingers, and we had the amazing incident or event where we say Emerson brought a spark to the match in the same. I mean, that is gonna be a fantastic day all round.
Well, that's why I feel like we didn't even attempt to attend. I feel like we don't agree. He most probably deliberately refused to come on tonight. But
I feel like
the good thing,
listening to us, leave us a comment, yeah. If you're
the good thing is,
live, thank you so much for joining us. We shall be with you on the next on the preview for the match against Liverpool, and of course after the match on Sunday. I think it's 5. I think we're doing this at 8 o'clock actually. So 8 o'clock on Sunday, we should do the post match review. Thank you so much, guys, and for those who are at home, thank you so much for joining us. Apologies for the glitch earlier on with the technical transmission. Yeah, we finally fixed it in the end. So yeah, this broadcast has been in 2 parts as a result of that. Yeah, but it was very, very good being here, and yeah, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Good night, guys.
come on, you Spurs.